You know me, SDMT. Let's get it, baby. Before we do, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and turn my notifications, man. Jon Jones, man. Jon Jones, man. His middle name should be Trouble, man. Jon Jones is always getting into trouble. We already know. It's not if, it's when. When is Jon Jones gonna mess up and get in trouble, man? He was arrested in Las Vegas, man. This comes as no surprise, man. Jon Jones has been gaining weight. He hasn't fought in over a year, maybe a few years now, and he's been spending all this time, you know what I mean, trying to gain this weight for Francis Ngannou. He said he wants to be 270 pounds, so he hasn't been fighting. He hasn't been in fight camps. He's been playing with his R-Dub friends, playing guns and shooting, playing along, you know what I mean, like they're, you know, working on the Capitol Attack Part 2, you know what I mean. He's been, you know, playing with his dog, you know what I mean, training his dog, and he's also been putting himself in this position where he can get in trouble. When Jon Jones has free time, he doesn't have a fight camp, we already know he's about to get into something. You know what I mean? So news came out today that he was arrested for a misdemeanor domestic violence, injuring or tampering with a vehicle. What does that mean? Maybe he got into some kind of conflict with, you know, could be a family member, could be his wife, and then he also injured or tampered with a vehicle. Maybe he broke the windows, maybe, you know, he broke the key in the door, didn't want him to leave, who knows, you know what I mean. Jon Jones be tweaking, man, so we know he did something, some kind of battery to a person, and he did something to a vehicle. That's what that lets us know he's still being held right now. And you know, Colby came out and he tweeted, you know, Colby had something to say. He was waiting for Jon Jones, you know what I mean, to get in trouble. This is R-Dub on R-Dub crime, you know what I mean? We all win when Colby and Jon Jones beef, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Nobody loses that for us. But what Colby had to say was, you know, that's what he was beefing up for. You know, dude is a scumbag Hall of Famer, first ballot, you know what I mean? And I don't, you know, agree with Colby much, but Jon Jones, you know what I mean, if you are still turning a blind eye to him or you're trying to make excuses for him, I used to be a fan, and, you know, you go back and forth to people in comment sections roasting him, and then he would just embarrass you again. At this point, you can't defend this man, you know what I mean? He has issues. He seems like he hasn't really got the help, and he doesn't look to get the help. He's like a sociopath person where, you know, he's going to show you one face. He's going to try to get what he wants, but at the end of the day, he's willing to lie or do whatever it takes to put his best foot forward. You know what I mean? He always singing these church songs, and he's posting at church and all that, but then the next moment, you know, he's hitting ladies and running and all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Hit and run incident. So at the end of the day, man, Jon Jones in trouble again, man. Will this have anything to do with his future fights? Probably not. He wasn't planning on fighting, he said, until second quarter 2022, so that's over a year from now. So he wasn't trying to take any fights, so this doesn't stop that, but it does hurt him and his image, which is not very good, you know what I mean? He's always trying to change his image. He got his dog, he gets pets, he tries to show his family, and he tries to show he's his family man, but then, you know, the reality comes out that he's definitely this you know, individual with issues, you know what I mean? And it's nothing to laugh about. Hopefully these issues don't lead him to more serious crimes or hurting himself or hurting other people, but, you know, it's something that you definitely got to look at this point, because he's a lot older now, you know what I mean? He's getting, you know what I'm saying, he's not a young 20-year-old kid doing this stuff. He's in his 30s now, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things you'd hope he would learn his lesson over time, you know what I mean? You know, maybe him and Conor McGregor need to hang out, you know what I mean? Could you imagine all the BS Conor's been getting into? Him and Jon Jones, man, they would go crazy, man. But it's crazy, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Is Jon Jones ever going to actually fight in the UFC again, or will all this idle time get him in more trouble, man? It's a great question to ask, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn my notifications. And that's a wrap on SDMT.